Jai Hind doston. Today I am very happy that I have a very illustrious general officer, not just a very illustrious general officer, but a very generous human being as well, a role model for not just the youth only, a role model for every citizen to emulate the qualities that he possesses. If I can take the liberty of calling Sir my friend, we are friends. Yes, we are friends because he's much senior, super senior. But, sir, I have fond memories with you. In fact, amazing times we've spent together. And let me tell you one thing. Sir is also now, currently, in fact, we will talk about all that, sir, that his achievements are way beyond skyrocketing. I mean, if I list out all of them, I can spend the entire night, I can spend the entire day listing out all the achievements. But a few things I would like to highlight. Yes, his military service is commendable. It's actually commendable. And he started the first ever helicopter flying institute in Asia. We didn't have a helicopter flying institute in Asia ever. So now we people used to go outside Asia to for a helicopter institute, but now he has this, which is first. He has made history, in fact. I would say there's a lot he has done. In fact, just to tell you a few things, he's from Himachal Pradesh University, Department of Law. He studied at Devi Ahilya Vishwadhyaya Institute of Management Studies. He's a doctor. He got his PhD from the Youth Development and Empowerment at Sardar Patel University in Gujarat. Studied MHD OMC at Indian Institute of Management, IIM Indore. Very, very prestigious. Studied Masters in Management Science at Osmania University. Studied MSc at the University of Madras. He is the former Director General of NYKS, Government of India. We will come to that. You will be wondering what NYKS is, some of you, but we will explain that. We'll elaborate that. He's SVP, GEF, ECO, SOC, UN President, Parasports, Adventure, StarX University, what not. I mean, I can just go on, and Sir has an amazing service record, and the experiences that Sir has had in service after retiring from the army as well in his second innings. It is something which every ex-serviceman, every officer, not just a general officer, every officer would want to be like. Sir, thank you and welcome, and thank you for spending time for us, sir. Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you, Jai Hind. Greetings for the pre-evening of the 73rd Independence Day in the 75th year of independence. Our greetings to you, to your family, and to your larger family of your audience, and all our dear citizens of Mother India.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, basically, I want to highlight upon your helicopter institute, which is the first ever in Asia. But before we go to that, I would like to talk a bit about a few experiences and anecdotes from your army service, sir.
Yeah,
Any,
please.
sir, you have seen action. You have been a hardcore infantryman. You have had the best and the toughest and the most plumb posting as well at the same time. In fact, so would you like to share anything? I mean, though there is a lot to talk about your military service, but the whole idea was we will have a session on that as well. But the whole idea was to talk about your helicopter first ever, because it's a very, very big thing. Nobody has ever had the courage to venture out and be so enterprising. Even dynamic youngsters from I am Indore, in fact, from where you are an alumni. I mean, it is something it is a feat, remarkable feat, which should be spoken about, which should be covered widely, in fact. So, sir, first, before we start on that, sir, any anecdote from the army life which you have, which you would like to speak on, sir?
You see, we all are passing through a very critical phase in the history of India. Why I say that is, what 20 years ago or so, people realized that India is going to be going through a serious demographic change. Demographic change in the sense that we are likely to have the largest youth population in the world. The youth bulge, it was being called. This youth bulge was to give a huge advantage to India. Huge advantage to India. Because this youth, if trained properly, motivated properly, guided properly, could make India a very huge powerhouse for the improvement of economy of the country, for creating capabilities not only for India in every single walk of life, but also contributing to the world, the economy of the world, the well being of the world, the technological developments in the world, the geostrategic improvement in the position of countries like India. We had that huge opportunity. In fact, if I may be allowed to say, it was not only a great Indian dream, it was a global dream. And the world was looking at us as to how are we going to use this opportunity to emerge as the leading power in the world, a contributing power, a transformational power, which could give to the world what it seeks. We could have helped those countries which are aging, where population is growing old. We could have supported them. We could have created billions of jobs for our own youth, for the other people throughout the world. Somehow, for reasons known to many, we have not yet been able to grab this global opportunity. We have trained our people, we have educated our young people. Our young people are doing well, they are doing much better than earlier. Large number of startups are coming up, large number of unicorns we have created. There is a huge thrust for Make in India. There are huge policy changes which are taking place. Changes for ease of living, ease of business, ease of trade, ease of commerce, a lot of things. But the question is, have we even utilized a part of this global opportunity? And to utilize that, one would require to motivate each single young person, each single middle-aged person, each single elderly person. Because everybody has a role. The younger people have a role to develop themselves. The middle-aged people are there to guide and support them. And the elderly are there to bring balance, contribute maturity to their thought process. How am I relating it to my army service? Why am I talking this? I say this because in the younger days, my parents, my teachers, my mentors, they told me to utilize time. And mind space. These two very, very important possessions that everybody is endowed with by the Almighty: time and mind space. All of us are equal. It is how we use these two things which can change your fortunes, which can change the fortune of your family, your society, your country, and I tried to imbibe that to the best of my ability in every single assignment that I was given. Every single assignment. And here is how I'm relating it to my army life. As a very young person, when I joined, I had to do what other officers were doing. Plus, I was given the responsibility of creating and training the new sports teams for wrestling, boxing, and athletics. So we used to get up in the morning before 4 o'clock, start running with them 20 kilometers every day, come back, do the practice sessions, the sparring sessions, finish off by 7 o'clock, go back, get ready on the field, on the training for your weapon training, for your tactical training, for whatever it was there. Evening 3:30 again, you are out on the road running with them, then again practicing. Thereafter coming back, reading, preparing for the next day. And that is how one started the career. Fortunately, all the three teams of ours did exceedingly well. I went on to the next assignment where I learned perfection from a general officer who was more than perfect. Where I learned planning from an officer, a general officer, who was par excellence in planning. I wish his plan was implemented. We would not have to see the incursions in the northern sector by the Chinese or the Galwan. It made such elaborate and beautiful plans. What small elements we could have inducted that point in time and blocked certain areas. We missed that opportunity, and now we have to induct many, many times more the forces. Thereafter, in the third assignment, I had a small anecdote which I want to share with you.
Please,
I
sir.
had just joined the unit, a different unit, and the unit wanted to send me for a course, and I requested that I may not be sent for the course.
Okay.
Reason was that they were sending me in a course with just about 12, 13, 14 days of notice period.
Right.
Many officers were sent, many officers had to go.
Right.
I took a different line. I decided that, sir, kindly allow me. I don't want to go on this course because it is a very important course. It will affect my career,
Sir.
and it's better that I go prepared.
Sir.
So I was marched up to the CO, which was kind of a very not very good thing as far as the
Sir.
army is concerned.
For our viewers who do not know what march-up means, march-up is a पेशी. जैसे आप स्कूल में प्रिंसिपल साहब के पास खड़े होते हैं ना, जाते हैं, या कॉलेज में, या कुछ आपने अगर कुछ गलत काम कर दिया हो, वो होता है march-up. तो yes, go on, sir, please.
So then I tried to convince my CO, but he was not convinced, and they said decided to march me up to the brigade commander.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
उन्होंने कहा कि आपकी पेशी और बड़े साहब के पास होगी. So, और बड़े साहब के पास पेशी हो गई. तो उन्होंने गुस्सा किया उन्होंने, और गुस्सा करने के बाद फिर उन्होंने बोला कि तुम क्या करोगे, अगली बार तो जाना पड़ेगा ना, फिर क्या करोगे. मैंने कहा सर जाना तो पड़ेगा
सर
और
ये
जाएंगे.
यंगस्टर ने कमेंट किया है, सर ये मेरा कोर्समेट है तनवीर मिनास. ऑसम टू हियर यू सर.
Taranveer is a very good officer.
Sir, Tanveer is a very good
Very good armored corps officer.
बहुत बढ़िया
Yeah.
officer sir.
So उन्होंने कहा कि भाई अगली बार जाना पड़ेगा, तब तुम क्या कर लोगे. मैंने से तब
Sir.
अच्छा काम करेंगे, तब अच्छा रिजल्ट लाएंगे.
जी सर.
कहता हम देख लेंगे तुम क्या तीर मारोगे. हमने ठीक है सर, तीर अब आपने बोल दिया तो अब तीर ही मारेंगे. So after that they allowed me to go on the next course, which was after 3 months, and I decided that तीर मारना है, तीर तो
Okay.
मारना पड़ेगा.
Right.
So
तीर मारने का भी
I
अलार्म बज गया सर. तीर मारने का अलार्म भी बज गया क्या? अभी अब तो तीर मारना ही मार रहे हैं, अब तो अलार्म भी अब याद दिला रहा है आपको. जी
yeah.
सर.
So I prepared myself very seriously.
जी.
I spent about 13 days with the Armored Corps people at the level of the squadron, that is combat team, that combat command and combat group level exercise. I was with the tanks. Spent about a week with the engineers, spent 10 days with the artillery, learned all kinds of guns and their drills and everything.
Sir.
And by
Sir,
the time I,
so Mrs. Veena Seth has just commented. Incidentally, today I was in conversation with General K.M. Seth, the former governor of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Tripura. So ma'am, in fact, I always have blessings of her. She is very kind. She always says, "You're like my son. You're like a child." So in fact, her son, in fact, the General K.M. Seth's son is also a serving lieutenant general. Incidentally. And so Major Mohammed Ali really impressed with his charm and manner in which he conducts the conversation. Ma'am, that's very kind of you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I
So, ma'am,
have, I have had the good fortune to serve with both of them. Jal
sir.
Seth, both of them.
Sir,
So Jal Seth was our chief instructor in the staff college when we were doing staff college.
sir.
So by the time I reached the Army War College, I had prepared as many questions and answers as one could perhaps lay his hands on. And for that, once we reached the course, every day morning I used to revise the complete course in 3 hours before going to class. In the afternoon, with another three officers, we used to revise whatever we have studied today. In the evening, we used to again revise everything that we're going to study tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Even the time from the room to the mess to the class back, every single second we used to revise.
Sir,
We did not waste a single second.
sir.
And God was kind, good wishes of people like you were there. And I topped the course. I got a distinction, and my name is perhaps the last name on the Army War College Honor Board. The essence is how you utilize your time, how you make up your mind to achieve a goal that you set for yourself.
Sir.
So, this lesson today, the first lesson today, is how to use your mind space to fill it up only with useful information and knowledge. No trash, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, no unnecessary conversation, no unnecessary information. Delete all that. Just retain what is essential, what is
Right,
relevant to your objective, what is
right, sir.
relevant to your goal, what is relevant to your target. And second thing is utilize every single second, because that is what is going to create every second of yours worth $1 million.
Right, right.
Yeah, go ahead, Ali.
Sir, that reminds me of this case in 2003 when I was with my Paltan in Akhnur, and there was we had received some information कि भाई इस गांव से इस गांव में इस घर में इतने उग्रवादी रात को क्रॉस को करके रात को यहाँ पे रुके हुए हैं. तो हमारे सीनियर थे और मैं नया नया फौज में भर्ती हुआ था उस टाइम. नया नया लेफ्टिनेंट साहब वहां पे पूरा फुल जोश. तो हम आ गए वहां पे और जो मेरे सीनियर थे, इमीडिएट सीनियर, that time Captain Saini, who was actually leading the entire operation, he said, मैं उस झोपड़ी के अंदर जा रहा हूँ, मेरे पीछे कोई नहीं आएगा. And when he entered inside, all we could hear was gunfire going on. अब now I was sitting in command. अब मेरे को मालूम नहीं कि अब सही सर का हुक्म भी मानना है और बाहर भी रुकना है. तो 2-4 मिनट तो मैं रुका. उसके बाद अंदर जाने की जरूरत कर रहा था मैं. तब मैं देखा कि सही सर बाहर निकल के आए, झोपड़ी खोली और बोला ऑल क्लियर कर दिया हमने. फिर बाद में गाउन क्लियर कर दिया। खैर उसके बाद क्लियरेंस, कटिंग अ वेरी लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, रात को जब हम डिनर कर रहे थे तब सही सर ने वो कहा कि भाई एक क्षण ऐसा आया, एक मोमेंट ऐसा आया उस वक्त जहां पे उग्रवादी और मैं बस एक दूसरे को देख रहे थे आंखों में आंखें डाल के। तो वो एक पल ऐसा था, वो एक सेकंड ऐसा था कि या तो किसी की जान जाती या तो किसी की जान बचती। बस मैंने ट्रिगर पहले दबाया तो मैं बच गया आज, और मैं आपको कहानी बता रहा हूं। तो व्हाट यू आर सेइंग राइट नाउ, इट रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ दैट सर कंप्लीटली। यू नो इट इज जस्ट दैट, यू नो, यस यू मस्ट वैल्यू टाइम ऑफ एवरी सेकंड, दैट्स द वैल्यू ऑफ। कल 26 जनवरी है, कल हम देखेंगे वहां पर राजपथ के ऊपर से स्पीयर फॉर्मेशन, डायमंड फॉर्मेशन, ऑल काइंड ऑफ फॉर्मेशन है, जहाज उड़ते हुए। अब दोस्तों, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आप सोचिए उनका कोऑर्डिनेशन हवा के अंदर, अगर आधे सेकंड की भी चूक होती है मिड एयर, तो आप समझ सकते हैं क्या हो सकता है। तो जो जनरल दिलावर सिंह साहब हमें कह रहे हैं, बिल्कुल हमें उनकी बात से सीखना चाहिए, सीख निकालनी चाहिए। सर लेट्स कम टू दी what I am really very excited about is the first ever helicopter institute that you have formed. Let's talk about that, sir. And how many? I am sure it hasn't happened overnight. आप कई सालों से, काफी टाइम से इसके पीछे लगे हुए थे, इस प्रोजेक्ट के पीछे। अल्टीमेटली इट इज योर बेबी, और ये प्रोजेक्ट इज टेकिंग विंग्स नाउ। सो इसके बारे में हमें कुछ बताइए सर प्लीज।
देखो अली, जब मैंने शुरू की बात आज, तो मैंने आपको बताया कि जो इंडिया के पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है,
जी सर।
उसका यूटिलाइजेशन हिंदुस्तान को आगे ले जाने का एक ही तरीका है,
सर
वो है युवा का सशक्तिकरण। और उसके अलावा दूसरा कोई जरिया नहीं है। किसी भी देश को अगर आगे बढ़ाना है तो उस देश की युवा पॉपुलेशन को आपको सशक्त करना ही पड़ेगा, उनको अपॉर्चुनिटीज देनी ही पड़ेंगी। और टू दैट एक्सटेंट आई मस्ट टेल यू दैट दिस इज वन ऑफ आवर इनिशिएटिव्स। I have been mentoring and should I say guiding very large number of young people. Very many of them have either created their own companies or their own NGOs or their own forums, and all of them fortunately are doing well. Somebody is earning a little amount of money, but a large amount of social capital is being created by them. Some are earning a little more, but lesser social capital. Some are earning a huge amount, but also contributing to the social development in many other ways. There are a number of people who have also developed very good networks with foreign countries. I'm very elated to learn about some very good people doing a wonderful job. One such young person is one Jawad Patel.
ऑफ कोर्स सर, उसके
This
साथ
chap
मैंने
Jawad Patel,
उसके
you
बाद
met
मैंने
him?
TEDx टॉक दी थी सूरत में, गुजरात में 2019 में। और एंड व्हेन जवान पटेल टोल्ड मी अबाउट यू, आई अरे ऑफ कोर्स वी गॉट अप एंड गिव ईच अदर हाई फाइव, हाई 10 एंड अ बिग हग। उसके बाद मैंने आपको फोन भी किया था उस टाइम पे, सर मैं यहाँ पे इनके साथ बैठा हुआ हूँ और हम यहाँ साथ में लंच कर रहे हैं, और ये बात। जी सर प्लीज।
तो जवाद पटेल आप जानते हो कि उसने अपनी इनोवेशन की, और जो हम बहुत सारे लोगों को देखते हैं जिनको डायबिटीज है और वो प्रिक करना पड़ता है, उनको प्रिक करके फिर वो ब्लड टेस्ट करते हैं सवेरे सवेरे। उसकी जगह जैसे आप फिंगर प्रिंटिंग करते हो अटेंडेंस के लिए, बस उतनी फिंगर लगाने से ही आपको आपकी ब्लड शुगर पता लग जाएगी। इस तरह की इनोवेशन उन्होंने की। उसके लिए उनको भारत का राष्ट्रीय युवा पुरस्कार मिला। एक और बेटी थी, उनका नाम मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा, तो उसने एक ग्लव बनाया, और वो ग्लव ऐसा है जो कि ब्लाइंड लोगों के लिए है। अदरवाइज यू मस्ट हैव बीन नोइंग दैट दे रीड थ्रू द स्क्रिप्ट रिटन इन ब्रेल। वो कुछ रेज्ड पोर्शन होता है, उसपे ऐसे टच करके फील करना पड़ता है और उससे पता लगता है। बट अब इस ग्लव से आप एक नॉर्मल किसी भी किताब के ऊपर ऐसे आप हाथ फेरेंगे तो उससे आपको आपको ऑडियो सिग्नल मिल जाएगा, एंड अ ब्लाइंड पर्सन कैन रीड ए नॉर्मल बुक। So this person was another person who got the National Youth Award, and number of people who are doing very well. So one such project is the project of the Flying Training Organization, the first flying training organization. There are other training institutes. We can't say that there's no one, but there is. This is the most comprehensive, properly licensed, permitted flying training organization, which is going to start in Gurgaon, and this is going to train the young people for flying training in helicopters. We are also starting flying training for the fixed wing. We are also simultaneously starting training for the ATC operations, also for repair and maintenance of the aircraft, also for ground handling at the airports, also for management of the airports, and also for all kinds of training for aviation, like MBA aviation. So this whole thing is going to take off now in Gurugram. After Gurugram, the next center that is going to start is Jalgaon in Maharashtra. Then the third center will start in Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh.
Right.
And gradually, we intend to go in other northern states of the country. We are also trying to set up shop in Nepal, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, so that we are able to provide the facilities to larger number of people. Now, the best outcome of any training is placement. Until and unless you can give the placement to people, training is not of much use,
Right.
because flying training is an expensive proposition. It consumes a large amount of money. So, therefore, we have to create facilities for their employment.
Right.
Since our own organization is growing, we will be offering the first job at our own organization to our own trainees. Uh,
Okay.
this gives this gives two clear messages to the people. Firstly, that our training is going to be first rate, because only then we are risking our equipment, our helicopter, our aircraft with you.
Right.
It is only then we are risking not only flying but repairs and maintenance by you, by the flight checks by you, pre-flight checks by you. That means we are giving perfect training. We are giving an employment in our own organization to the people who are doing well. So this is how we are starting. Hopefully, the business of flying in India is going to see an upscale. We will also be providing helicopters on call basis and small aircraft like Uber,
Right. Oh, wow.
and Ola, that you can sort of book on mobile app. This also you'll be able to book on the mobile app.
Wow.
You call it on the mobile app, you give your location, you give the destination that you want to go to, it will calculate the distance, it will calculate the availability of the aircraft and tell you the amount required. You pay, and it assures you placement of a helicopter or a fixed wing aircraft at the closest helipad or the airport within
Sir.
about 2 hours time,
Sir.
and then you can use it. It is
Sir.
going to be a very good, should I say, model. And besides this, there are other initiatives which are in the process for training, for education, for latest technologies.
Sir,
Yeah, that's it.
but it must be very expensive. Like, affordability of it would be only for a certain segment. हर कोई इसको अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाएगा शायद, तो इसमें बहुत तगड़ी रिस्क रिस्क भी इन्वॉल्व है, क्योंकि मेरा खुद का क्लासमेट है एक नवीन पेरला, उसके भाई के साथ सुधीर पेरला, वो कर रहे हैं इसके अंदर और इसी सेम वेंचर में, बट नॉट एज एडवांस मे बी एज यू के मोबाइल पे लाइक ओला उबर, बट यस इट्स लाइक अ प्राइवेट जेट टैक्सी, उस तरीके से वो चला रहे हैं. सो इसमें सर रिस्क फैक्टर बहुत होगा आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट के तहत, नहीं?
देखो अली, रिस्क हर एक बिजनेस में है. बिना रिस्क के तो कोई भी बिजनेस नहीं है. तो रिस्क होगा, बट देर आर कैलकुलेशंस टू टेक केयर ऑफ दोज रिस्क.
सर ये आपके पास ये ब्रेन चाइल्ड ये कब अकर हुआ कि ऐसा आइडिया आपके दिमाग में कब गुजरा पहली मर्तबा, और फिर इसको आप एग्जीक्यूशन में कब आपने इसकी रेल को पटरी पे लाना शुरू किया? अब तो चल गई है रेल पटरी पे, तो शुरुआत में ये स्पार्क कैसे हुआ आपके दिमाग में ये आइडिया, और फिर आप इसको जब पटरी में लेते हुए आए? बहुत मेहनत मुशक्कत लगी होगी सर, आसान काम तो नहीं होगा कि ओवरनाइट आपने स्टार्ट कर दिया। तो इनिशियल स्टेजेस का बताइए सर अबाउट दिस। इट्स अ ब्रिलियंट आइडिया, brilliant, very good scope and prospects and potential, I would say. So when did it occur to you, sir, initially?
This started some time ago when I met a friend of mine who's into the aviation business. He himself is ex Jet Airways. He was flying for Jet Airways. He is himself a aviation engineer and was also a pilot. And he was leaving the airways, Jet Airways, and wanting to start up his own setup.
Gee,
So it is when I met him that this thing came to our mind and that this whole thing started.
right. And how many, which year was that, sir? Do you, if you can tell us?
It is, I think, about 4 years ago.
4 years back. तो आपने आइडिया तो आ गया, अब शुरुआत कैसे करी? लाइक अक्सर क्या होता है, हम कोई बिजनेस वेंचर, मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा है बड़ी बड़ी बिजनेस लेके वो नौकरी में थे 9 से 5, उसके बाद में बोला भाई अब 9 से 5 हो गया, अब एक बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं। तो उन्होंने बिजनेस स्टार्ट करी और बिजनेस बहुत अच्छी टेक ऑफ हो गई, ऐसा सुनने में आता है। अब वो बड़ा अच्छा, दे आर डूइंग रियली वेल, मगर वो बिजनेस स्टार्ट कैसे करी ये नहीं मालूम पड़ता। तो उस तरीके से बताइए सर, डू यू थिंक योर लर्निंग एट IIM इंदौर, बीइंग एन IIM alumni also, आपको हेल्प किया होगा उसमें, मतलब द टेक्निकल नो हाउ में, कि भाई एक एंटरप्रेन्योर एक धंधा स्टार्ट कैसे करते हैं?
No, I don't want to claim all the credit to myself. You see, all friends contribute ideas, especially the friend from the aviation sector. He had greater knowledge. We were only toying with the idea. Then, as you keep on toying with the idea, keep on thinking, keep on discussing, that you have to be very, very clear of your targets.
Right,
And again, coming back to the same aspect of clarity of mind, vision clarity, if I may call it, it is the vision clarity which actually helps you. With the vision clarity is large amount of hard work, large amount of homework which goes into the process. As you rightly said, it is a very costly proposition. So if you want to go and buy a new aircraft and start doing your business, then you have to be a Malia,
right,
right?
right.
But if you want to do smart business, then you can afford to be a Captain Gopinath,
Yes, yes. Or
right?
General Dilawar Singh.
No, no, no. I am a small person. You see, I am just one of those large number of very good Indian entrepreneurs who are doing very well. I am just a small cog in the very large wheel of the industry that India has.
That's very humble and modest of you to say anyway, sir. So, sir, you are affecting the youth in a large way. In fact, sir, tell us, and you, what a beautiful second innings. What a beautiful second innings. In fact, sir, your army career itself is so much to talk about. So we will do a proper session on that. But sir, I'm more interested in knowing about your second innings, because your second innings are beautiful, and the way you affected. In fact, even just now, आपका बड़प्पन है और आपकी मेहरबानी और आपके काइंड ऑफ यू टू हैव टेकन आउट टाइम, मैं जानता हूं आप फौरन एक मीटिंग में थे गुड़गांव से, वहां से आप आए, खट 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 लॉग इन किया और आपने इस तरीके से आपने वक्त निकाला। आपसे जब मेरे से बात हुई थी, मैंने अपने फोन में बात की थी, आपने कहा भाई तुम्हारे लिए कभी भी, डोंट वरी, and you were not at all fussy or finicky about anything, and you were so simple and straightforward. That's something that makes you unique, sir. So sir, and tell us about your other ventures as well, because this is just one of the ventures जो आप कर रहे हैं, इसके अलावा आपके कई सारे ventures चल रहे हैं आपके।
You see, Ali, I was fortunate to be connected to a particular company by another friend of mine.
Right,
They were a large company, but suddenly the company was not doing well. They had accumulated a very large amount of debt. And we got together, we brainstormed the situation, and fortunately, we were able to prevent the company going into NCLT, and we were able to restructure and rationalize the debts in a way that, fortunately, from the share being 13 rupees, has crossed 100 rupees within about 2 years. So again, the issue comes down to is getting into the nuts and bolts of the situation, trying to carry out a surgical operation there and see where the tumor lies, and taking out the tumor very beautifully.
Sir,
I've also been into sports, and I don't have to say anything, but you all are aware that I was associated with the Indian Paralympic Committee, and the results of the Paralympics are seen by everybody. They got 19 medals. We were actually planning and targeting 25 medals. We got 21 person got disqualified after getting the medal. So that 20 medals were there, but now we have 19. And there were another four people who were so close to the medal that actually we can count them as medals. So that was another engagement I had. Then I was with the sports company. We conducted a very innovative kind of, should I say, school basketball league. It was a new kind of experience, wonderful experience, I may say. Then I have started and founded a new global chamber for sports education and culture. This was not existing, but these are three fields which are very, very essential for youth development. So we've start trying to organize a unorganized sector for greater gains globally. We are now trying to set up a
wow,
university of a kind which is going to be a real world class university in India,
wow, wow, wow.
that is going to focus more on sports, but also simultaneously on new technologies. The plan is underway. Let us see and let us hope that it goes through and does well. We are also trying to bring in a large amount of aviation manufacturing business into India,
Right.
manufacturing aircraft and helicopters in India. Hopefully, let us see we can if we succeed. We are also trying to see if we can do some good work with drones and anti-drone systems in India. Drones, large number of people are doing. Anti-drone people have started doing, but they are not qualitatively where they could be. Gradually, there are a lot of fields, a lot of things are happening. Let us see how it
Sir,
goes.
sir, brilliant, sir. You are so enterprising, so dynamic. Sir, were you always like this before you joined the army, or while in the army, or you evolved with these skills after you hung up a uniform? So dynamic.
Ali, I started my business when I was passing my 8th standard.
Okay, 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 sir.
In the intervening period between 8th standard and 9th standard, I took the contract of catering in a cinema in Delhi.
Wow, wow.
And at that age, I experimented with a few things. I'll give you an example. I've told you my age, but the person who was managing my affair was 35 years of age. So I used to call him uncle also, and I used to guide him also, and I used to control him also. And I did not shy away from lifting the those days जो अभी आजकल कोक बोलते हो, उन दिनों पॉप कोला होती थी, ऑरेंज होती थी. तो उसके क्रेट हमने अपने हाथ से उठाए हैं, हमने पॉपकॉर्न खुद बनाया है, हमने समोसे बनाने में हेल्प की है. और वो सब काम हम करते थे तो हम देखते थे कि जो इंटरवल होता था मूवी के बीच में वो सिर्फ 3.5 मिनट का होता था। तो हम कितनी भी तेजी के साथ लोगों को चाय और कोका कोला और समोसे और पॉपकॉर्न, बस यही 4 चीजें होती थी, 5वीं चीज ही नहीं होती थी। तो जितना मर्जी हम पहले से कप तैयार करके रख लें, जितनी मर्जी पहले से बोतल ओपनर तैयार करके रख लें, पॉपकॉर्न तैयार कर रख लें, हम सबको नहीं दे पाते थे। Some of the
राइट,
customers went back without buying.
ओके,
So I
जी
saw this for some time, and then I worked upon the fellow who was to ring the bell for the interval and requested him to increase by 1 minute
ओके
and then one more minute. And by increasing 2 minutes, we were able to satisfy everybody. So there is one lesson of queuing and time management per se there also.
Sir, your resourcefulness, your dynamism, your enterprising nature. मैं दाग देता हूँ सर. आई रिमेम्बर इन द ईयर 2010 के आसपास दिल्ली में मुजफ्फर अली चलाते हैं ये सूफियाना प्रोग्राम. और यू नो व्हाट आई एम कमिंग एट. सो बहुत बड़ा इंटरनेशनल सूफी फेस्टिवल होता है जो देश विदेश से लोग आते हैं सूफी फेस्टिवल में. तो मुजफ्फर अली से हमारे ताल्लुकात थे, जान पहचान थी, तो हमको एक वीआईपी पास मिल गया. ठीक है, तो हम वीआईपी पास लेके आ गए. हमें वी आर फीलिंग वेरी प्रिविलेज कि हम वीआईपी पास में है यहाँ पे. हमने देखा वीआईपी क्या, वीआईपी क्या, वीवीआईपी. वीवीआईपी फ्रंट रो में कौन बैठे हुए वहां पे? जैन दिलावर सिंह साहब वहां पे बैठे हुए हैं. एंड आई वाज लाइक माय गुडनेस. एंड दिस वाज लाइक यू नो द it's not easy to get there. In fact, where we were there also it's not easy. I was like Dilawar sitting there. So obviously, sir, you have always been very, very highly enterprising. I remember our dinner together during the National Film Awards ceremony. I think it was the year 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So हमने साथ में हमने डिनर किया था साथ में, and we were speaking about a lot of things. So it was मतलब you are a personality, मतलब lot to learn from you, a lot to actually look up to you and emulate from you. तो आपने, क्योंकि आपने अपने बलबूते पे, अपने दम पे, आपने कोई भी काम छोटा या बड़ा नहीं समझा. आपने काम काम समझा एंड अपनी मेहनत से आप आज इस मुकाम पे पहुंचे हैं. सर, आई डोंट नो वेरी मेनी जनरल ऑफिसर्स, दे आर, yes, but who are as enterprising and who feel that, you know, work. And the way you have set up your various enterprises, like, you know, a businessman and an entrepreneur. I had learned in IIM Calcutta, he will not rely on one business. He'll have multifold businesses. And that is what you are doing, sir. I really salute your spirit and your efforts, and amazing, sir. Really amazing. Sir, even
It is difficult. It is difficult, Ali. It is difficult, but as I said, time management is of essence, and if we do it nicely, properly, we can manage. Now my time today is split during the day. First morning I go to one office, spend 2 hours, shift to the second office, spend 2.5 hours or 2 hours, then go for another meeting, then go a third office, fourth office, and by the time I come back it's quite late. But then one has to come back and start working at home also. And
जी sir.
after the first business of the catering, that small level thing which we did, the second thing which I did was real estate. The third thing
Right,
which I did was running transport business. The fourth thing I did was making ready-made garments. The
right.
fifth thing I did was exporting ready-made garments. And the sixth thing, just before joining the army, I did was jewelry export. So God was kind. I tried different things. I learned a lot of lessons.
सर, सर शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत आपके वक्त के लिए, और इतना कुछ सीखने को मिला आपसे. सर, एनी पार्टिंग मैसेज यू वुड लाइक टू टेल टू द यूथ ऑफ अ कंट्री, और एनीथिंग फ्रॉम योर साइड, जितने भी हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं जो सुन रहे हैं, कुछ भी आपकी तरफ से, कुछ भी पार्टिंग नोट फ्रॉम यू. आई एम श्योर वो सब they are dying to hear more of you, but I reckon that you are busy, and I'm feeling guilty of having taken so much time of yours. So any parting note you would like to tell our viewers, sir?
मेरे जितने भी युवा भारतीय हैं वो सब मेरे बेटे बेटियों के समान हैं, और मैं उन सबको खुश देखना चाहता हूं। मैं देखना चाहता हूं कि हर युवा भारतीय भारत माता के लिए ईमानदारी से काम करे, अपने लिए ईमानदारी से काम करे, अपने परिवार के लिए काम करे। और वो तब तक नहीं कर सकते जब तक आप खुद को, स्वयं को सशक्त नहीं करोगे। और अगर अपने आप को सशक्त करना है तो जो मैंने कहा है उसको याद रखो, अपने माइंड स्पेस के अंदर कभी भी गलत चीजों को मत जाने दो। जो आजकल के माहौल में आपको एक हेट्रेड या नफरत की भावना मिलती है, उससे अपने आप को बचाओ। एक पीसफुल अच्छे सिटीजन की तरह रहो। अगर दे सकते हो तो प्रेम दो, सद्भावना दो, सौहार्द दो, आपसी अंडरस्टैंडिंग पैदा करो, एक दूसरे की हेल्प करो, क्योंकि एक दूसरे की हेल्प करने से हम सब आगे बढ़ेंगे और एक दूसरे को नीचा खींचने से हम सब नीचे गिरेंगे। हम अपने देश को नीचे गिरता हुआ नहीं देख सकते हैं और हम सबको ऊपर उठना है, देश को ऊपर उठाना है। और कल 26 जनवरी है, मुझे पक्की उम्मीद है, पूरा भरोसा है कि आप एक नई अपनी जिंदगी रीसेट करके शुरू करेंगे। अपने आप को, देश तो आजाद हो गया, उसको हम याद करते हैं, उसके लिए सबसे अच्छी श्रद्धांजलि चाहे सुभाष चंद्र बोस जी हो या महात्मा गांधी हो या कोई भी दूसरा हमारा स्वतंत्रता का सेनानी हो, हमारा कोई भी सैनिक हो जिसने देश के लिए काम किया है, अगर उनकी शांति आप चाहते हैं, उनके सपनों को पूरा करना चाहते हैं, तो आपको भेदभाव को, नफरत को छोड़ के इकट्ठा होके प्रेम के साथ एक दूसरे को आगे बढ़ा के, एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करके देश को आगे ले जाना है। अपने आप को आजाद करना है और दूसरों को आजाद करना है इस नफरत से, इन कठिनाइयों से। एक खराब टाइम से हम लोग सब निकले हैं और इस पैंडेमिक के अंदर, इस कोरोना के काल के अंदर हम सब ने अपने लोगों को खोया है। हम सब ने बहुत कुछ सीखा है, बहुत तकलीफें झेली हैं। अगर हम ये सीख सकते हैं कि जिंदगी का कोई भरोसा नहीं, एक दूसरे की हेल्प सबने की है उस वक्त, और जब हेल्प करने के लिए गए तो लोगों ने ना हिंदू देखा, ना मुसलमान देखा, ना ईसाई देखा, सबने एक दूसरे की हेल्प की। आगे आने वाले समय में आप लोग और ज्यादा बढ़ चढ़ के एक दूसरे की हेल्प करें और एक बहुत अच्छा सशक्त भारत बनाएं, श्रेष्ठ भारत बनाएं। आपको सबको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं और जय हिंद।
थैंक यू सर, शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा सर आपके साथ गुफ्तगू में। जस्ट होल्ड ऑन सर, आई विल जस्ट एंड द ब्रॉडकास्ट स्ट्रीम एंड आई विल जस्ट से थैंक यू टू